Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you a nostalgic sort of book haul. Quite a precarious stack of books here. I brought these back from my mum's place. I was up visiting and they wanted me to get rid of a bunch of stuff, and if I didn't take it they were going to throw it out. And a lot of these books are sort of the reason why I even got into reading as a kid, so I thought you can't throw these out. When I have kids of my own someday they might want to read them, and it's just like a waste of books, you know? Well, I guess they would get donated, but anyway. I wanted them, so I brought them home, and I'm going to quickly run through them all now with you. If you've read any of these as a kid or as a young teenager or whatever, comment below, because these, along with Harry Potter, were sort of like the books that I grew up on, you know? So let's start off with the series that I've read the most of, and unfortunately it's at the bottom of this stack. So the series that I have read the most of when I was a kid, and I think I read these when I was maybe around like 10 to 15-ish, around there, I would have read these. The Alex Rider, like Stormbreaker series. Now, I know there's more. I think there might be 14 or so total works. I've got the first 7 here, starting off with Stormbreaker. Oh, I can actually get that sticker off, bro. And I think I read through the first 6 based off the spines of these books. You can see the first 6 are pretty, like, cracked. Whereas Snakehead, which I think is the 7th, doesn't look like it's been read at all. But I remember these ones being great. A perfect series for sort of like a young boy spy series. The movie came out for Stormbreaker. It was so good. I just remember that being so good. I probably am not going to reread these because I think they might be a little bit too like YA for me. But I thought that was cool to bring these home. Someone might read them at some point, and if not, they'll just get donated anyway. So there you go. I'm assuming this is the first 5 of the series. I don't know if there's any more. The Artemis Fowl series. And I think, by the look of it, I've read the first 2 based on the spines. I don't really remember too much about these, and I think I might have got them a little bit too late in life, and they might have seemed a little bit too like juvenile for me. So, read the first 2, don't really remember much of it. And I probably just went straight on to like Harry Potter or something. It might have been around that time. Anyway, Artemis Fowl, if you like that series, let me know. Probably not going to reread it. Oh, actually, there's a bookmark in here. Indelicious Indian Restaurant. I don't know if that's still there. 2/3 through the second book, so I didn't even finish the second book. Anyway, next up, I think this is a complete series as well, which is great. Tomorrow When the War Began series. Now, I read the first 3 of these, and I remember these being really good. And I actually really enjoyed them. I'm not sure why I didn't finish the entire series off. Who knows? I might have been too young for these ones. I feel like I might have been a little bit too young for them, and maybe I didn't quite get it, and I didn't understand it. But I have heard of people nowadays, adults nowadays, rereading this series or reading it for the first time and actually enjoying it. So with them all being so short, I feel like this is a series that I probably could just smash out this year in my sort of like in between big chunky epic fantasies. And then last, this is not one, I actually haven't read this trilogy, but this I also brought home from Mum's. I thought I'd show you. It was actually gifted to me by a colleague and now a really good friend back when I was working with him, and it is the Night Angel trilogy by Brent Weeks. I haven't read any of these. I'd never even heard of them. He raved about them. And I don't know, if you think they're good, let me know, because it's just a trilogy just sitting here on my bookshelf unread. And yeah, I'll add these to the list if you guys think they're good. The summary, like the blurb on the back here, sounds all right. I don't know if it's really up my alley, but it is fantasy and it is like assassination style stuff, so I think it could sound really cool. It sounds a little bit like a, what's that game called? Oh, it sounds a little bit like an Assassin's Creed style thing, so might be cool to read. So I'm not sure when I last did a little book update for you, so I might as well throw that in here. Let's go from like late March, right? So in late March I read The Murder at the Vicarage by Agatha Christie. I thought that was really good. Really enjoyed that. Just a little, that was actually my first murder mystery of the year. And last year, you guys probably don't know because I don't do much content on here, but usually I like to read big epic fantasies, big long dense epic fantasies, and I like to, in between the books, I like to read a little murder mystery or a thriller or something like that that's fast paced. It's only like 300 odd pages that I can just smash through. And I hadn't done that. I felt like I hadn't done that for like 3, 4, 5 months. I've just been reading heavy, long books. So I thought, I've read a lot of the Poirot books. I thought, why not try the first Miss Marple book by Agatha Christie? And it was Murder at the Vicarage. And I thought it was pretty good. I mean, what did I give it? I gave it a 3.75, which is not bad. It's not bad. It's not good, it's not bad. Anyway, after that, let's make this fast. After that, I read Happy Place because I didn't know what to read, and we have the book on the shelf, and I had Spotify hours on my account for audiobooks. So I did a little immersive, read it over like 2 days, and it was alright. I think that was one of my first ever sort of rom-com style books, and I thought it was okay. It was pretty average. After that, I read Murder in the Scottish Highlands, which is just another murder mystery style book set in Inverness in Scotland. My wife and I went up to Scotland late last year, or in the middle of last year, and we just loved it there. We went up to Inverness. And this book was set somewhat close to Inverness, so I thought that'll be nice to read. I then went on to the second Harry Potter because I just had a little bit of time in between wanting to start a new book, and I didn't really know what to read, and I think I already was like 20% through the second Harry Potter just from another time when that happened. So I just finished off the second Harry Potter. Love it, if not one of the best. Ooh, I then went on to The Butcher's Masquerade, the 5th book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I thought that was fantastic. That's my equal first favourite in the series so far. My other first was, I think it's called, God, I can never remember the names of these books, these Dungeon Crawler Carl books, mate. My equal favourite with book 5 is the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook, which is book 3, the one where they've got the Iron Tangle. I love that one. I'm not too sure why. A lot of people aren't the biggest fans of that one, the 3rd book, but I thought it was great. I like trains. I thought the story was good. I thought all of it was really good. So yeah, book 3 and 5 are my favourite for that series so far. I've still got to do 6, 7 and the new 8th book. I then, from my book club, read Beach Read. I binged that over 2 days. I've got a video of that coming out soon. I thought that was pretty good. I thought it was better than Happy Place. They're both by Emily Henry. But I think it might sort of be like my last sort of rom-com book for the year. I'm not really into it that much. After that, I read the 3rd book in the Faithful and the Fallen series, Ruin. Oh my goodness. So I just finished that I think I finished that on the weekend gone. It's Thursday today. And I love that book. It's hard to say because Malice was so good and Malice really got me into the world. And I just love Malice, and Malice just has such a spot in my heart. So it's hard to sort of top Malice for me. But so far, all 3 of the books have been 5 stars, and Ruin was fantastic. It really lived up to its name. I've felt like emotionally damaged for a few days after that. So I haven't started Wrath yet. I'm planning to start that in a few days, maybe sometime next week. Since then, I have also read Coraline by Neil Gaiman, which was our May book club book of the month. That was really good. That was quite short. I think it was just over 200 pages. I just read that across 2 days, and I quite enjoyed that. It kind of seemed a little bit like a fairy tale, a scary fairy tale, a bit of a horror. But not too bad. I thought it was a good book. I enjoyed it. And then after that, I read All Systems Red by Martha Wells, which I thought was pretty good, and I actually quite enjoyed that. Very short. I think it was 150 or 156 pages or something like that. But when I'd finished Coraline, I had 1 day before the current book that I'm reading was coming out, which is Hero, which is the 5th book in the D.S. Walker series, which is another like murder mystery thriller style series by Patricia Wolfe, set primarily in Queensland in Australia in the Outback. The first one is called Outback. And I love that series, and that was coming out on the 20th, and I had 1 day in between where I didn't really have anything to read. I didn't want to start Wrath knowing that Hero was just about to come out, so I picked up All Systems Red. It was 99 cents on Kindle. Smashed that, really enjoyed that. I think that's got a series to it, so I'll probably go on and read the rest of it at some point this year. And so yeah, at the moment I'm reading Hero, and I'm actually thinking today I might start The Prince of Tides. I've been warned that it's quite emotional and quite heavy, and I just haven't felt up to it yet. But I've seen a few really strong reviews for this book saying that it's one of their favourite books of all time, even after like 20 years. So I'm thinking I might get into this, read it alongside Hero and probably alongside Wrath as well, because I feel like I could possibly withstand the emotional trauma at the moment. Anyway, there's an update, there's that mini book haul, there's my reading update for the last sort of 2 months, and yeah, I'll see you all shortly. Right, I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.